Alright, within Amnesia here. I have an idea. It's basically to improve some of the items in Enhanced Edition. I don't want to have a feature creep going on too much, but it's one of the things I originally wanted to do. Anyway? To be brief, I'm basically making a list. Well, hopefully, it's a project of mine I'm undertaking right now to basically do this, right? This type of format with the pictures and stuff for all the Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition items. I contacted the guy behind Mike's RPG Center, and he doesn't want to do it anymore. His life is different, it's changed. So, I don't want to be just do nothing about it, so I want to make my own list of stuff. But there's some problems I came across with the some of the items in Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Well, frankly, they suck, basically. Where's the Gibberlings? Here, these guys, they've been hacking and I read this page, right, and it kind of suddenly dawned on me that basically, you know what, they did a pretty shit job with the items. You know, I have to be said. I'm not gonna, for example, if you read some of these descriptions here, if I can scroll down here, some of these are just lazy as hell with some of their descriptions. Like, no effort came in put into this guy. Well, I'll show you this, right? I'll show you this. Well, it's like I'll get all these guys going, right? And I'll go one by one to, I'll show you what they did. It's like they hired writers and shit like that, but it's like they didn't even have, it's like I don't nothing against these people, but it's like you're not very competitive when it comes to like making good shit. For example, like here's this guy's description, right? Look how skimpy these descriptions. And there's some items there's a hammer of dawn, I think it is. Where is it? It's really, really bad. Also, the nightclub. This is like just I don't know. It's like a joke item, but it should be a joke item. It's like seems like a nightclub, like when you go to a party at, and everyone does drugs and stuff. And also this. Look at this. It's like it's as lazy as hell. One line, uninspired. Seriously, just take a day and just actually work hard. It's like the person who did this just didn't give a shit about about that. Just didn't give a shit. Items back in the day, actually making a piece of armor, that's an intensive process. You can do like 100 item descriptions, good quality ones, like for hell, I'll skip to the point. Like this one, this is a good, this guy took his time with this, but this isn't in the game. This is pretty sure I'm not quite sure where this comes from, but this is Dorn Sword. They basically took the custom thing of that, didn't give a shit, and then just put it as a one-handed sword, and they made it into a two-handed sword, because reasons. And, this is much better than that. Look at that. Someone actually took their time to do it. And that wasn't even part of the game. And there's this stupid ass thing. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. That's stupid. Some people don't give a shit about game, but it's almost like it reminds you of like Game of Thrones when like the dragon people, whatever, like they had a bunch of dragons, it was all cool and stuff. And then like it just slowly died down through like just shitty generations. It's almost like that what they did with the games. It's like the people who did this didn't have like that umption, that vigor. What's that stuff that's There's a word for basically meaning like strength, vitality, and sex drive, mostly in males. It starts with a V. It's like where you're really a lot of energy, kind of awkward point, but they're lacking that. They're not very potent people when it comes to writing. Look at this. Let's read this thing. Crafted from the scales and bones of a gold dragon, servant of lather. It sounds like really, really shittily worded too. A gold dragon servant, like. Come on, think of something better. It's like a human servant. It's like, come on, like an elf servant. It's like, really, this Warhammer sometimes channels the power of the ancient worm's mighty wings. How? What's it do? Non-detectable magic. Well, that doesn't sound like wings and shit like that. Well, maybe I do some research and hokey pokey stuff, but realistically, it should be in the description. For example, like it should be like makes sense. This has no correlation. You could be like a Gumby went down the street and fell down, and this shit out this hammer and like freaking it's non-detectable means because he's embarrassed about it. And that would make more sense where this ability comes from than than actually some dragon beat. This is like some guy suggesting like a knockback or something like that. I guess like Lavender, but like it just seems really poor and uninspired. It seems like it's just like no effort came to actually the crafting process or anything like that, or its lore, its history. Just this is how it's like. It's the most basic run of the mill. It doesn't even make sense, And also, there's some of the items. This thing is retardedly powerful. Like, it's just stupidly worded. Like, it just does. This is not made by Elminster wouldn't say this. When you go to identify something like that, a mage would be like, this mace isn't just sleek, it's elegant, it's stunning. Like, come on, it's stupid as fuck. It's like, this is stupid. No wonder the freaking game got 7 out of 10 when it released. The goddamn stupid ass Enhanced Edition. Fuck. Like, I like what they did and all to make it to a newer audience, but fuck, you don't have to take like the newer audience's like retardedness to to whole new levels to put it into a really good game. Ruin it. It's just stupid, you know. I totally agree. This is a bit of a rant now that this video. Oh, sorry about that, guys, but I totally agree with these guys on this forum here. These things really need to be improved. This is no. This is bad. This is not acceptable. And yeah, this is like con art going on here. This is bullshit. It really is. And they didn't even really do their own item bans. It really didn't even do that. It's like, for example, I have my own item ban. It basically took this one, right, made it into Dorn sword. Like this one, I'm thinking actually putting this into the game. I don't know who made this sword, but maybe reduce some of the buffs, whatever, and you can restore it later. I don't know, but like you take that because it's a custom BAM, right? And then because I already made a what was it? Let's go on my DeviantArt page here. I made it on here. It's this is why I have all these tabs here. It's really convenient. I'm just doing this right off the. See, this sword right here. Look at this. Like this should be Dorn's Rancor sword. This one right here. See, here's the one on the side. They're right there, right? And here's mine I made. Right, it has a little red thing. It looks different, right? Looks different. And this should be like the Venom sword. This should be Dorn's sword. You know. Yeah, it just should be. Or maybe green. I can tinge the blade green, whatever, right? It's different enough, right? And made it so that, it's a bit different. So, yeah, like, you know, what was it? So realistically, some of these items are really shit, right? So, I was thinking, guys, after my big rant, is to maybe some focus on some items here. Well, I'm gonna probably start doing that. Get interested in the items. Just makes just improve the items. Just like I want to do a project where it's like I just go through what was it, like all the new items here, and just really like either make a new BAM for them, or improve them, or give them some item description, or change around, like add some stuff that's actually missing. For example, there's no magical hide armors, there's no what was it, magical like splint mails. It's just they skipped on that, and a lot of their weapons and shit are really lazy as hell. Like Wakazashi +1, Ninjato, like they have the wrong style. It's basically like, simple as hell copy paste from Baldur's Gate 2. This thing already existed in the damn game. It doesn't need to be a second one. It seems almost like they forgot about it. It's actually in Durlag's tower on the very top of the thing there. At least I'm on crack here, but either or, it was already in the game in my mind. I could be wrong. Prove me if I am wrong. Like you don't need a second one. And also something that really ticks my I don't know, this really pisses me off is this bullshit here. For example, this guy should not have a duplicate. This is a unique item. This guy has this item's linked to one captain, who went out and just fought the spiders and stuff like that. You can't have two Florians or whatever his name is, right? Florians, yeah. And like, it's just stupid. Like, why would he have two of them? It doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. It's just, they didn't even read the damn description. It's just like, it just comes off as a really, really shitty, uninspired items. Like, they're really fucked up on items. They did good with the characters, maybe. They did good with some of the other things, but they really fucked the ball on the items, guys. They really fucked the ball on the items. Dropped it and fucked it over. I don't know if was it new terminology. I like some of the things they had, like this, for example, like making the alignment stuff. There's some things they're really fucked up on. I know they might have a different opinion here, but I'm really, really critical about my items. I give the extra mile and then some, and then give even more shits after that, because like I appreciate how items are actually made in the real life and what it took to make them, the skill and the effort. And like when I see this shitty effort here, of just this, it's like a slap in the face. It's like a punch in the dick and a kick to the nuts. It really it's like feels like a bunch of stupid people made this, and they're making it's disrespectful in my mind. Baldur's Gate is like the last bastion of like actual like smart, like one of the last smart games ever produced by an industry. You ever really ever sink your teeth into it? It's one of the last games that had all the elegance, all of the extra features, all that extra stuff. It was a combination of the old school what was it, pixels and stuff, where you had to use your mind and make creative solutions to really fill out the game, but then the technology was catching up so they could do a little bit more immersion, right? So, but then it turned into 3D, kind of a lot more immersion, but they kind of you did put a lot more effort onto the arts and the visuals and the special effects versus the actual depth of the game. Now you see all these games that have like a bad depth of character, right? Bad depth, don't feel immersion, don't feel alive. They just feel like another game, another action thing, The original World of Warcraft had that mixture, that golden thing of a team of just filled with passion doing it, not knowing what was going to happen. They went out there and they did it because they wanted it. It was in their heart and they wanted to do it, you know. And then Activision bought them in 2008, and everything ever since then has been shit. Original World of Warcraft and the Burning Crusade were passion-driven works of just love, you know. And then when Activision bought them, and you know, the Wrath of the Lich King was the highest game, but if you actually look at the people wanting to play the game, it actually tapered off. The curve, the rise started falling right at 12 million, right when those Activision started to buy. You could correlate that stuff, but I don't think it's I don't think it's just a coincidence. I think there's some serious play involved. There's a mixture of people want to make a whole bunch of money Activision with people who actually really want to make a game, the Blizzard staff, right? And then that kind of tapered off to a middle ground. That was the one of those, you could say, the best expansion, but it realistically, you know, it was plateauing. It wasn't climbing anymore, and it wasn't that there wasn't any more room. It was a great game, and it could have been a great more things happened to it. But what happened was it got dumbed down, it got stupefied, you know, just like these items here, just like a lot of the content that got, you know, and put into Baldur's Gate and just like, you know, the Enhanced Edition. It wasn't passion driven. It didn't take the time. You didn't take the effort and the passion. You didn't go there and you didn't really raise hell and say, this is the new standard, guys. We're not just making this just for money. We're going to make it something to be remembered by, so that 50 years from now, this will be a benchmark of how you make a video game, not just another dollar in the pocket. Anyway, that's my speech, guys. Take care, have fun, and whoop ass.